nature of this content, it may not be appropriate for some viewers.
The ghosts of Year Zero are still being exorcised in Cambodia. Prayers for the dead, prayers for the victims of Pol Pot's genocide. It's more than 30 years since the Khmer Rouge killed with such ferocity. But for survivors like Nong Champal, it feels like yesterday. Champal is one of the few survivors of the most notorious torture camp of the Khmer Rouge regime, S21. It was run by this man, Comrade Duch. Now, after 3 decades of waiting, Duch and 4 other leaders of the regime are finally on trial. The Khmer Rouge is being held to account. I'm Dan Rivers in Cambodia. The people standing trial in this courtroom here behind me face some of the most serious charges imaginable, including crimes against humanity and war crimes. It's more than 30 years since millions of Cambodians died at the hands of the Khmer Rouge, but after years of delays, finally this process is underway. But prosecutors say this isn't just vital for the sake of justice, it's also crucial to simply tell the horrific story of what actually happened here. In 1975, the Vietnam War was drawing to a close. The United States had been defeated by the communist North Vietnamese forces. At the same time, in neighbouring Cambodia, another communist army was marching triumphantly into a city. Here, it was the Khmer Rouge taking Phnom Penh, and they were about to unleash a frenzy of killing. The Khmer Rouge were hardline Maoists intent on building an agrarian utopia. The cities were emptied and everyone was put to work on the fields. It was this man, Pol Pot, or Brother Number One as he called himself, who led the regime. During the next 3 years, 8 months and 20 days, he presided over one of the world's worst ever genocides. At least a quarter of Cambodia's population died. 1.7 million men, women and children were either executed, starved to death, or died from disease.
Based on the evidence.
Now some Khmer Rouge leaders like Comrade Duch, real name Can Get You, are finally being brought to justice at a UN-backed war crimes tribunal. Duch ran this interrogation centre at an old school called Tol Sleng. The Khmer Rouge renamed it S21. It became a potent symbol of the depravity of this ultra-communist regime. Prisoners were shackled to iron beds and subjected to barbaric torture to extract confessions of imagined crimes against Angkar, the organisation, as the Khmer Rouge called their regime. Once the prisoner had confessed, they were beaten to death. It's important to remember that Tol Sleng is just one of 189 similar institutions across Cambodia. Here it's thought more than 14,000 people died. This is now a permanent monument to those who perished at the hands of the Khmer Rouge. It's barely changed since the day in 1979 when it was discovered by the invading Vietnamese forces. The Vietnamese army that toppled the Khmer Rouge in 1979 filmed their advance into Tol Sleng. You may find the scenes inside the prison difficult to look at, scenes that even today defy description. Room after room, the same terrible vision.
ខ្មែរក្រហមតែពួកគេជាអ្នកណាមកពីណាហើយពួកគេឡើងកាន់អំណាចដោយរបៀបណាទីបំផុតប្រទេសកម្ពុជាបានទទួលឯករាជ្យក្នុងឆ្នាំ1953ប្រទេសកម្ពុជាស្ថិតនៅក្រោមអាណានិគមបារាំងតាំងពីឆ្នាំ1863ដែលបានឆ្លងកាត់សង្គ្រាមលោកលើកទី2អស់មួយរយៈពេលខ្លីពេលដែលជប៉ុនកាន់កាប់អំណាចប្រទេសកម្ពុជាជាប្រទេសរាជានិយមអាស្រ័យរដ្ឋធម្មនុញ្ញដែលដឹកនាំដោយព្រះបាទនរោត្តមសីហនុក្នុងកំឡុងពេលប្រទេសកម្ពុជាតស៊ូដណ្ដើមឯករាជ្យពីបារាំងអនាគតមេដឹកនាំខ្មែរ